SolidWorks lets you insert an image file into a sketch that you can use as an underlay as you create sketch geometry. This can be useful if you're trying to trace the outline of a shape or to model something based on a picture you may have taken of it. I'll begin by creating a new sketch on the front plane. One thing I like to do before inserting the sketch picture is to create and dimension construction geometry. You don't need to do this step in order to insert a sketch picture, but I really recommend doing so as it makes it much easier to locate and size the image later on when you insert it. I'll create a horizontal construction line from the origin. Next, I'll add a dimension. I'll add a 24-inch dimension to the horizontal construction line. Now I can launch the Sketch Picture tool from the Tools, Sketch Tools drop-down menu. SolidWorks let you use many different types of images for a sketch picture, like a bitmap, a GIF, a JPEG, TIFF, PNG file, or a WMF or PSD. When you find the image, click Open, and the Sketch Picture Property Manager appears. The Sketch Picture Property Manager is pretty straightforward. You can use the spin boxes, or you can drag the sketch picture in the graphics area. I pretty much always use 0, 0 when starting a new image. That way I can be sure the image and my construction geometry is aligned properly. The next field lets you rotate the picture. I'll leave the angle set to 0. Finally, I can adjust the image size. Again, I could do this by clicking and dragging the image in the graphics area, but I'll just enter 24 for the width. Notice the height updates automatically because I have the Lock Aspect Ratio checkbox selected. I like to keep this checkbox active because changing the aspect ratio will distort the image from the original. But if you need it to fit a certain size exactly, you can clear the checkbox and adjust the values accordingly. These two buttons here let you flip the image vertically or horizontally if it imported in the wrong orientation. Finally, you have transparency options at the bottom. You can have no transparency. Use the transparency from the image file, for instance a PSD with a transport background. Set a transparency value for the full image by using the slider under the full image option. Or you can create a user-defined transparency. For user-defined, you can use the eyedropper to select a specific color in the image to make transparent, and then use the sliders to adjust the tolerance of the color and the transparency amount. This is useful if you have an image with a white background and want to make it transparent. I'll use the transparency from File for this example and click the green check to insert the picture. If you need to edit the sketch picture, just double-click it to bring the Property Manager back up. You can select it and press the Delete key to delete it if you ever need to, too.